And as I've mentioned in the past, let the pan and the heat do their work. Don't fuss around with it. We'll just let those sit, and we're going to start prepping the rest of our meal. I got some green beans I'm going to saute up real quick at the end. I've got a little nut mixture. We're going to do a little butter, fresh nuts, kind of like a green bean almondine thing, but with found an assortment of nuts. So we'll chop those up, crush them up. Going to do some roasted vegetables right in the same pan with the pork roast. And I'm going to do a variation of crashed potatoes like we do them at Bullfinch's. So I'm going to start prepping the vegetables for the bottom of the pork roast pan. Just a nice big coarse chop. These are great. Some people throw this stuff out after they've roasted their stuff. This is what I go for right here. I go for the celery, carrots, and onion down the bottom. We got our celery. Oh, almost got to do it. Yeah, those are beautiful. And I leave, especially when I'm roasting carrots, I leave the skin on because the skin adds a real nice sweetness to carrots. So I leave those on. And I chop them pretty big because they are going to be in the oven for an hour, hour and 15. And it also makes a nice little, it's going to make a nice little platform for these pork roasts. So we got a couple big carrots chopped in there. Going to a couple red onions. Take a sneak peek at these. A little bit more time. I'm going to let those brown up just a little bit more. Don't like peeling onions. Can't tell you how many I've done in my life. Always messy, always a pain, but it needs to be done. Red onion, white onion, doesn't matter. A couple cloves of garlic if you've got it. Some shallots, scallions, whatever you want to throw in there. Eggplant, zucchini, you name it. Although if you do eggplant or zucchini, make sure you throw it in a little bit later because it's going to turn to mush on you. And these I'll just, no, just big chunks. These are the best too, little roasted onions. You guys will reap the benefits of this later on. There we go, so our porks are nice and brown.
And there's nothing hard about what you're doing either. I can do this.
Oh yeah, it's very, very difficult. But don't let my ease fool you. No. It is that's the premise. It really is not difficult at all. It's a matter of doing it and doing it, which I've done it for years. I'm going to start the crashed potatoes, and once again, the smaller you dice these, the quicker they'll cook. So you don't have to worry about that. It really depends on how much time you have. Cut out the brown stuff.
Those are boiling water, right?
Exactly, that's what I'm going into. I've already got some water heated up. And then we'll let those finish boiling. And this, we're just going to do simple Bullfinch's crashed potatoes, which are just potatoes, washed potatoes, skin on, boil them, drain them. Crash them is what we do. You'll find chunks of potato, you'll find skin, you'll find all the good stuff. some butter, some salt and pepper, a little bit of cream if we got it. You can do your own thing at home if you use vegetable stock instead of butter or whatever you want to do. A lot of the trouble people have is timing food to be prepared all at the same time, and that's just really a matter of just common sense. You know how long it takes to cook things, so the thing that takes the least amount of time you start with. Turn these on their sides. Get a nice glaze all the way around. I was going to do some flaming too. You don't have a match or a lighter, do you? Because electric won't do it. That's one of the other drawbacks of electric, is you can't get a nice flame going.
It's just not having a nice flame.
Actually, do you have a Ziploc bag?
Oh yeah, right behind you.
I'll show you a quick and easy way to crush some. Thanks.
No, it's fine.
This will work.
Lighter or mattress stuff.
Either or. Lighter will do fine. It's more dangerous. Well, what's drama at your house is a daily occurrence where I come from. It does. Oh yeah, definitely. Use the other pieces of pork to stand each other up there.
Oh, smells delicious.
Thank you.
Oh.
Okay, so we've got our nuts, and we're going to go back to our all-purpose kitchen utensil. Yeah, it's good for beating off critics, peppercorns, nuts. So we're going to set those aside with our beans. We'll get to those babies. Going to give these one more turn. Then we're going to, you know how I talk about deglazing all the time, right, Bob?
Right.
To use when you're cooking, use every bit of flavor you can find, okay? And in this case, that flavor's in the bottom of that pan. And we got to get it out of there before we transfer it into our casserole. So what we're going to do is, like I said, I found this sweet onion relish. I don't know where they had this, but this was hiding down in the basement. We're gonna just use just a touch of whiskey, just because I like the sweet onion, the Vidalia. I'm thinking, down south, a little Jack Daniels.
Does that add flavor to the meat, or just?
It'll add flavor. Well, all the little crusties down in this pan will add flavor to it. This is a way of getting it out of that pan. Like I said, you can use chicken stock, you can use plain water, you can use white wine, red wine, whatever happens to fit what you're doing. But the key is, no matter how you get it, get it. So these babies are all browned up. We're going to set them into our cooking dish. All right. Now, do this away from your burner. If you've got a gas burner, never go near the stove with it. All right? Because those fumes will catch it. Let a little bit of it cook off.
Whoa! Cool.
Don't try this at home. You smell the burning flesh? So we've got that all reduced down. I am going to add just a little bit of water to this and work the rest out of the bottom of the pan. And what you do is that alcohol, the alcohol burns off and it will just leave the essence of the liqueur behind.